In the summer of 1858, London was at the height of its Victorian boom. The city had grown faster than anyone could have predicted. Horse-drawn carriages clattered along crowded streets, market stalls overflowed with produce, and factories belched smoke into the air. Millions of people lived in tightly packed neighborhoods with little consideration for modern sanitation. But beneath this bustling city, a silent catastrophe was brewing. Waste from homes, industries, and even slaughterhouses flowed unchecked into the River Thames. For years, the river had been a dumping ground for everything unwanted: human excrement, garbage, animal carcasses, and industrial runoff. People tried to ignore it, but summer heat had other plans. By June 1858, a severe heat wave hit London. The river, already sluggish, baked under the sun. Sewage thickened, fermenting in the heat, producing a stench so foul that it reached far into the city. People described it as a mix of rotting fish, decaying flesh, and sewage, a smell so pervasive it entered homes, offices, and even the halls of Parliament. The Great Stink, as it would later be called, became impossible to ignore. Some MPs were forced to hold debates with handkerchiefs pressed to their faces. Others considered relocating Parliament temporarily to escape the miasma. Journalists and cartoonists had a field day. Punch magazine mocked lawmakers for their helplessness, while the Illustrated London News ran illustrations of MPs gagging at their desks. But the stench was more than unpleasant. It was deadly. London had faced repeated cholera outbreaks in the past decades. The 1831, 1848, and 1853 epidemics had killed tens of thousands. Cholera was a mysterious killer at the time, and most people believed in the miasma theory, that diseases spread through bad smells. This was not entirely wrong. The stench was a signal of contaminated water, but the real culprit was the sewage that flowed directly into drinking water. John Snow, a pioneering physician, had demonstrated this in 1854 during the Broad Street outbreak. He traced cholera cases to a contaminated water pump and famously removed the handle, stopping the spread. His work challenged the accepted miasma theory, but most politicians and scientists ignored him until the Great Stink forced the issue. The crisis prompted immediate political action. The government passed emergency legislation within just 18 days, authorizing construction of a new, modern sewer system. Leading the effort was Joseph Bazalgette, a civil engineer with a bold vision. Bazalgette's plan was ambitious. He designed over 80 miles of massive intercepting sewers to divert sewage away from the Thames, fed by more than 1,100 miles of smaller street-level sewers. He incorporated pumping stations like Crossness and Abbey Mills, massive structures capable of moving millions of gallons of waste. Alongside these, he built the Victoria, Chelsea, and Albert embankments, which reclaimed land along the river and housed low-level sewers beneath the streets. Construction was painstaking. Workers dug deep trenches, laid millions of bricks, and created a network of underground tunnels beneath a teeming city. It was an engineering marvel. Bazalgette even overbuilt the system, anticipating London's population growth for decades to come. By the late 1860s, the project was largely complete. The Great Stink faded, and with it, cholera outbreaks plummeted. When cholera struck again in 1866, the new sewer system contained the outbreak primarily to areas not yet connected to Bazalgette's network, proving the effectiveness of his design. The legacy of the Great Stink is remarkable. What started as a stench so foul it paralyzed a city led to one of the greatest public health improvements in history. Bazalgette's sewers are still in use today, hidden beneath modern London, a testament to Victorian foresight. Yet even today, heavy rains occasionally strain the system, reminding us that infrastructure requires ongoing attention. The Great Stink is a story that combines human folly, political inertia, and visionary engineering. It shows how even something as seemingly trivial as a smell can change the course of history. London's stench forced its leaders to confront a problem decades in the making, leaving a legacy that still protects millions of people every day. And as we walk along the Thames today, we rarely notice the hidden marvel beneath our feet. A reminder that sometimes the most powerful forces of change begin with the senses, with discomfort, with a smell.